Did you manage to get the different login ID
Login ID for what, sorry?
for running the scenario for workflow?
No, I didn't get any additional more user to using for the workflow. But I think this can be arranged with the ZaranTech team.
Okay, so
Only I
we
have
check.
my user on this.
No, but we would need, if we are using dual approval, we would need two workflows. If the maker, you need to have at least two. Any which ways, no worries. We can see that. I will check with the team to have, provide one more ID or something like that.
Also, now we can create one more ID when it increase.
Sorry?
And we can create one more ID to using this process.
No. I am talking about user, not ID. I'm talking about user where you are logging into SAP. We need two users. Like I have a user ID and password, right? We need one more user other than yours so that you can log in from that user credentials, perform the first, and then perform the second level of approval. Like that. From one user,
I think you are allowed to create one more user from your end also.
Okay,
or from my end also can be create one more users. Can be using for the testing purpose.
Okay, can you just check if you have authorization? Can you share your screen and add the user by the time I'm also logging into SAP?
1 second. Yes, I can create one more user. Let me share my screen.
Yes, please.
Now screen visible?
Yes.
This is my user. I will be copying for other one. For example, 10. Copy.
Your password credential would remain same.
Yes. Yes. Now user has been created.
Okay. Okay, I think
we try to log in.
Okay. Just to provide you a overview of what we did.
Yes. Do you want to log in as this user or what? Sorry.
No. You can keep logging in with the single user and you can create one bank account and assign your, two profiles and two user IDs of one is mine and one is yours. You can do that as a testing. We can do it, run it now.
Do you want to create new bank accounts?
Yes, please do it so that we can test it also. Because you have not run the testing, I'll guide you through. You can create one bank account and then assign it to the house bank and then further, do the assignment of the payment approvals.
Already I created two bank accounts before.
Okay. You can use that one. Sure. And also we did the configuration of adding the user in the approval step, authorization step. There you can add this user in the cash manager role.
Yes, 1 second. I don't know why it takes a lot of time to loading the Fury from my end.
It's fine. It's fine. Even I am facing that much time. That's completely okay. You can open SPRO in SAP GUI so that, simultaneously we can add the other user to our authorization group.
Let me show my image.
Happened. Can you refresh? Even I'm getting this error. Can you just refresh them? I thought maybe yours will work. Manage bank accounts.
Manage bank accounts.
And we can go to the, but before that, you have to assign that approver in your list in the configuration. You remember we went to SPRO in GUI, there in the bank account management, under bank account management settings. That will be a revision also for you in the basic settings, under basic settings.
Yes.
First, we created the profile. Here, we don't have to do anything. Now, what we will do is we will maintain the event type of linkage for triggering workflows. But before that, can you read that what information is given next to it in the yes? Here, you will understand what role you are using for your approval process. So now here, not this one. Can you close this one? Yeah. Now open the responsibilities. Define responsibilities for tools. Give on the information. Click on the information. Then you will be able to see that these are the roles which are available for different users. Now you have to choose that what you are doing for your cash manager, what role you are using for your cash manager, what you're using for your cash specialist, and all that thing. So you can check that. So now we will copy this rule for cash manager. We will be creating your ID under cash manager because we are using in the configuration in the workflow as cash manager. Yes. Now you see, maintain your other ID in here.
Here's the cash rule.
Yes, here you have to add your other ID.
I think already added this.
No, other one that you have created, new one.
Okay. Here as the first step.
Yeah, click on here and then assignment on the assignment part. Yes, insert assignment agent, insert. Yes, and then you have to create user. Yes, please put your ID here. I want you to do so that you understand what we are doing, so that whatever confusion you had, it will be cleared. Now, why I'm assigning it under cash management role? Can you go to the Fury app so that I can explain you that process, which was not very much clear for you? If you go to the Fury apps, manage workflows. Fury app, open another window and go to manage workflows. Here, if you see the active one, first one, can you open this? Yeah. Now, can you see I have chosen here in your, okay, can you do one thing? Can you go back and copy or create a new one? Go back and create a new one. We will create a new one. Copy this, or we can create a new one by whatever is feasible. Now, can you see here, you have given date, description, you have chosen your company code. In the last setting, workflow steps, here you have to enable the recipient. Now, who will be the recipient? Right now, you have added your recipient under cash manager. So can you please use your recipient as a cash manager? It will be appearing in the recipients. Yes. See, so many recipients are available. So rule for cash manager, we will be choosing. So you have added currently cash manager as your ID in the cash manager. So that's why we are using cash manager. Okay. If you would have added under something else like cash specialist or something else, then we would be using that particular rule. Now here, if you want to add any additional step or any precondition for starting your workflow or anything like that, you can add that, but we will not add that. You can just save it. Perfect. You can change the name. Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Anything is fine. Yeah. Yes. Now disable the other one. Yeah. So that there is no conflict, because that is also created for 1710 something code. If there is something different criteria, you can have two. But if you're creating for one company code, that shouldn't be, the same. Now, can you go to your manage bank accounts and try to add the user ID, one user ID and two user ID, choose two-step approval process for any bank account which you have created. Manage bank accounts, Fury app. This is manage workflow. We have to go to manage bank accounts. Maybe we can open one more window. No worries. Account. Yes, the second one. Yes. Your bank account for 1710 company code.
Yes.
Here we will go to the payment approvers. Now you will see your ID coming in here. Can you put in front of G001? Can you choose your ID as payment approver? Remove this S4H_fin and choose your ID, which you have created just now. And don't delete it. Don't delete this. You can just edit it and choose your ID. And one, you can use mine, which is ZSAP TRM_00. TRM. No, you have to manually write it. It's okay. Z_ whatever is your ID. Yeah. No. What's your ID?
My ID?
Yeah, what you have created just now. And please go do one thing. Go to that configuration again, Alt Tab, and please add my ID as well in the user list. Yes, in the user list. Please add my ID, ZSAP TRM_00 also. Go again and do the assignment. Click on the, no, not this one. You have deleted. I think you have deleted. Go come out and go back in the screen. Don't save the settings. Yeah. Now click on the rule number. Yes. Now go to the first, the 3 1. This one. Yes. Correct. Yeah. User ZSAP TRM_00. Please save this.
Already saved.
Okay. Now go back to that and put, what is the new one you have created? 01 or 02?
0 to 10.
Okay.
10 here.
Okay.
My user ID is there. Can you let me remove?
No, not required to remove. That's okay. You can keep it. It's okay.
Wait, remove to keep it. Okay. Now to user, one for you and one other here.
Yeah, it's okay. You can just update it here in the settings. One is mine, ZSAP TRM_00. The next one in the G0021. No, the next one. In G001, it is correct. In G002, assign a different payment approver, which is my ID, ZSAP TRM underscore 00.
Okay.
Here. No, not here, not here. Below this.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Perfect.
Permit.
Yes, and you can save it. Now you will not get any error or any issue. Now if you log into your ID, it's okay. It's okay. Now please log in from 01 ID, SZSAPTRM underscore 001. Please log in from that ID and then you will be able to.
Which user you wanted to beat up?
The one which you have created, 01.
S.
Not 1001, right? Or 10. Okay. What have you assigned there? Have you assigned 10 or 01?
10.
Okay.
You say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They just also want to cross-check from their compliance team. Can we forward this email to them? We'll check and
Sorry.
tell them.
Is anyone speaking?
Oh, I guess someone from my college. Sorry.
Okay.
Because I'm still in the office.
Can you go to my inbox in the Fury app? My inbox for bank accounts. You will be able to see this request.
First, let me refresh again.
Yes. Please note that for which bank account you are trying to change, you have the number for that bank account handy, right? So that in any case, if we want, we can cross check. I have received the request already in my screen.
Can you share, please?
Yes. I will share. Give me a minute, but don't go out of your screen.
Yes, okay.
I am just facing a slow Fury app, but it's okay. Have you created this? Right. I have gone to my inbox. This is the item pending with me. This is your ID created by Mr. ZSAPTRM underscore 01, which is your ID. And I have the option to approve or reject. Okay. And once I approve it, then the second approval will go to you. And then you have to approve or reject. I can approve from here and put my comments as approved and submit. Now you can go and share your screen and approve the second time. Then the changes will be updated. Okay. Now you're able to understand the entire process. It was very detailed, but I wanted to make you understand that 3 main configuration for this is important. One is setting up the level of approvals. If you are choosing G002 or G003, you have to understand that many approvers need to exist. So if G002 is there, you have to assign G002 to the role which you have chosen in your manage workflow app. If you're choosing cash manager, under cash manager, assign 2 users which you want to approve. If you're choosing cash specialist, assign cash specialist in manage workflow app and then assign the 2 users under cash specialist in the configuration. Can you share your screen and approve?
Yeah, 1 second.
Just I cannot see your screen, just to confirm. Are you facing any issues?
I'm trying to.
It's okay. If you're not even able to share, did you get the request in your my inbox?
No. Can you share that?
I can see, yeah. Now I can see. Yes. Can you go to Theory and my inbox for bank accounts, and then you'll be able to see the requests.
Inbox.
My inbox for then it will come bank accounts, my inbox, and choose the one with bank accounts. No, not this, for bank accounts. Last one. Yes, perfect. Now here you will be able to see the request. Can you click on the left hand side request? There is a request on the left hand side.
Yes.
Please
This
click
one?
on that link. Yes, this one. Please check that this is the one which you have recently created, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Now you can approve it, and then you can. Now, just to tell you how you can test this so many times with different approaches, what you can do is, again, do one, you can go to the configuration and check there is a sensitive field. And if you edit any sensitive field, it will not allow you to update it until it is sent for approval. One scenario is this, which you can test. Other scenario which you can test is change in the manage workflow app the role to cash specialist, and under cash specialist role from the configuration add the other 2 users. Then you can trigger the workflow to that. Then you will be very much clear with the process.
Yeah, sure. Carolina, let's. I think now the picture is clear about the process end to end.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good to hear that, Mr. Okay, great.
Yes,
Now,
thank you.
similarly, if you want to close the bank account also, you can try closing the bank account. It will also send for approval for the approvers you have maintained. The closing bank account process is similar to, how we open it. But the only thing is, while we are closing the bank account, we need to make sure that there are certain things that bank account is not in use at any particular, payments. For any particular payments, the bank account is not in use. So we can go and, close the bank account also. In the Manage Bank Account app, you can open one bank account which you want to close,
Yes.
edit it, go back to the main screen.
Here I can be approved, huh? Yes. About this, it changed before, yes? Before we...
Sorry, can you come again?
No, I think here to share this request. But from which place I can approve this request? Oh,
You are in bank account screen. What request you want to approve?
no, here I am, sorry, give it left.
This card draft, yeah. Now, if you want to close bank account, you have to close from the main screen, not here. Yeah, you got an accept, reject, yeah. Click on the left-hand side. Can you see? Click. There is a left-hand side, there is a request ID.
But, yes.
No, left, completely left towards your
Okay.
screen. Yes, open this.
Yes, yes. Sorry, you opened here.
Need down, can you see approve or reject option? Down.
Here, yes.
Yes.
Should be select which one and approved. Okay,
Okay.
here you are going to close the bank. Okay.
Okay.
But here, when we select, it will be approve all the pending request.
Click on the approve option. Yes. Once you click on the submit button. Submit. Yes. Now it's approved.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Understood properly? I hope this
Yeah.
entire process of bank account management is clear to you. How we create a bank account, how the house bank connectivity is assigned, how we assign the bank accounts, how we configure for approvals. All those things are clear to you, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Great. Now, what we will do is we can open the Manage Bank Accounts app now once again.
Manage bank accounts.
Yes, Manage Bank Accounts. And then we will close the bank account. So there you will get an option to, mark for closing. You just click on that option and then you'll be able to close it. Choose any bank account which you want to close.
Doesn't go.
Now, can you see the send closing request to bank option is available?
Edit. Okay.
Yes. You don't have to edit. You just have to go back.
Hey, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training? That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features? Bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
And the sending closing request to bank was available. Go one step back. Yes, here. Send closing request to bank. You have to give the date. It's okay. You haven't given the date, but that's fine. Close it. It's a warning. Now, similarly, after you send a closing request also, it will go for your respective approvals. Any issues here?
But here, can you confirm from here direct?
Sorry, you can perform from here? Yes. Please, yeah.
Also, for the
No.
my inbox.
No, 1 second. First, you go to confirm closing at bank. First, go to confirm closing at bank. Yes. And confirm closing it. Yes.
Yeah,
This is not going for approval because we haven't set the approval for closing at bank. From the configuration, if you apply for the closing of bank, we would need approvals that is not created and enabled. You can use the same process to create and enable, but it will be closed at bank after you confirm closing at bank. But you will get a response in email from bank or any sort of correspondence document, and then bank will confirm closing. And then you can click on confirm closing at bank. Click on confirm closing at bank once.
But here no workflow, yes? This can be managed by the authorization?
Yes. You can just click here and then it will be, just put the date, closing date of the bank account. You can give it and you can just close it. Okay. Yes, bank account is closed at bank. Now here we do not need any approval. If you need to configure the approval, same process we can do. This planning level and all those things, we have not specified this for this particular bank. That's why it was giving you a warning. Now, this is how the closing process works. Now, can you go to the last option, bank correspondence? Yeah, you can complete the closing, but before that, can you go to the option here, bank correspondence, below near cash pool? If you see, yeah, bank correspondence, right hand side, towards your extreme right. Yes. Here, what you can do is you can send bank a correspondence document, which will be dispatched to the bank and through email. And this is the template choose. The output details you can see from here.
Okay.
Can you click on the output details? It has the message which will be sent to a bank, regarding what needs to be, sent out. Okay.
Yes, noted.
Noted. Great. Now, the next process that we are going to do is we are going to open the bank account with the new option that is provided to us using bank account application. What does that process do? Do you have any knowledge about the bank account application process? Anything that you have heard or anything like that?
No, this is the first time.
Okay. So what happens is SAP has provided us, a new Fiori app, which involves creating, application which will be sent to the bank. And that particular application will only require few details from you. And once you submit that details, an application would be submitted to the bank. And once the bank approves, they will create itself a bank account opening in the BAM module by providing necessary details like account type, currency, what is the purpose you are opening this bank account, and etc. And then further, it will be sent to the bank, and depending on the organizational policies, the bank account may go through an approval workflow, which will be created by us. And once that allows us for the approval, the bank will submit that the BAM account will be submitted to the bank for approval from the bank's end. Once the bank approves, that particular bank account get confirmed, and the bank account details will be received. They will open the bank account from their end. They will provide the account details such as account number and IBAN from their end. The bank will provide all these details. Once the bank provide all these details and open a bank account for you, we need to, enter the new account details into the SAP system, linking it with the, company code, cost center, etc. That's how the process works. Now, can you go to the manage bank application or write the Fiori app bank application in the Fiori apps? I hope you are okay that I am making you do and not doing myself. If you want me to do, I can do as well.
No, it's okay. It's easy. Manage bank application?
Application, yes. Or you can just write bank application so that, if there is a different name, just write bank application. Yeah, it will automatically come. Bank account applications. Yeah, submit bank account applications.
First one?
Yes. Now, please submit a request by giving new entry here, create option in the top right. Please give the create option.
Yes.
And please provide the application title as open bank with a number which you want to, use a bank for HSBC, PNC, open bank request for this particular number, open bank account for JPMC, HSBC, or anything in the title.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you can give the company code for which you want to create this particular bank account, the currency, the country, and what type of account. Is it a current account? Is it a savings account? Is it some depository account, or etc. etc. Open. Yeah. Now you can give the reason for opening this bank account. There is also an option to do any attachments if you want to provide to the bank, like any previous bank account details or any documents of request or any documents for any other technical reasons. You can provide an attachment here and just upload that attachment from your files, and then you can submit this. You can assign a PDF. Yeah, create.
Accepted. This banks a request for bank creation, yes?
Yes, this is a request for application to be sent to the bank. This is an application. Once our workflow is approved, and once bank approves, we will have a bank account opened in our system, which will be opened by the bank in their system, and they will send us the details that they have opened this bank account for us. We will create that bank account with the similar process in SAP with manage bank.
Submit for approval.
Yes, please do. And then you can open the other user ID, or I can just check mine if I have got anything in my inbox. Let me see. Currently, I haven't got anything because I don't know. It's only single level approval or what. You have got.
Yes.
Please approve it.
But here the same workflow will apply for the same business scenario because
I
this
can't
another.
see.
I think this is not related for the bank request. This for the market to closing. This request for market.
Okay, this is for closing. This is not for bank account application, right? So then the workflow is not enabled for bank account application process. So
I think maybe this is have another workflow.
No. The process remains the same. What you have to do is just, it will be applied. So the application is already sent to the bank. But the thing is, if you have to apply a workflow, you have to create a new workflow in My Workflows. You can test the scenario and, provide the condition as applications and all that. Maybe you can do it later as a homework because it has the same process.
But
So
once
that,
once the application is approved, it will be integrated with the managed bank account, or will be created from scratch?
We have to integrate it. First, approve bank account application. Can you go to approve bank account application app first? Second, yeah, here you go. Can you see your request here? Please approve it. This is not your request, but
I think
some other request.
Some other cash flow will be applied.
Yes. I think that we can check that later because I don't want to, because this process is already discussed. You can also practice it. If you face issues, we can discuss it. The approval process remains same. You can just add to the different workflow and provide different cash user IDs, cash specialist or cash manager, anything, and then try to approve it. If you still don't get in the approval, we can discuss this. But I don't want to,
But I think this process is related when we activate this feature, yes? So let me show something.
Yes.
1 second. Bank account. Where is the business? This one, I think. So when we activate this one, yes? Let's build on this one.
Yes.
When we activate the...
No. But this is disable.
Sorry, for this one, account types. Enable for bank account types.
Yes, this is already enabled, right? We discussed this.
Yes, but because I want to ask you, this features already added.
Enabled, yes.
Yes, enabled once we activate this one, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes, contract types, yes, right.
And based on the contract type, I think...
In the bank account management configuration, in the general basic settings, you will find the configuration for that. In the basic settings, if you see, define settings for bank account, contract types. Yes.
I think here two options here. Return for preceding status, when we return back for the previous status, and other for restore the procedure. But I'm confused about this part because this part already I read about this part in the documentation.
So can you see here? There are different contract types available. Okay, for 1710 company, we have enabled all, active, inactive, marked for closing, all these contract types are enabled. And how is the control mode happening is it's a direct change or it's a workflow will be controlled from here. So if you change it to direct change, then it will not trigger a workflow in this particular status. If you mark for workflow, it will trigger a workflow. On the right hand side, control mode, you can see the control mode.
Yes,
here, right. Yeah.
Yes. Here's the control.
Here, if you please change it to please change it to workflow. Yeah, or two-step verification, anything, and then save it.
Neither it's using case or closed. Closed here, no workflow because it was already closed. Closed at time. I think over here. I think
so. If you mark close that bank, it's a direct change. It does not require a workflow from bank side, right? So if you mark a workflow there, for every step, it will start triggering a workflow.
Yes, here you list the status.
Yes.
You enable the status.
Yes.
The status enabled or not.
Yes.
Or I think also some status is mandatory. Active, inactive, this mandatory status, closed, also this mandatory.
Yes.
No one can be using this as optional. And here you can control which status.
Yes. Which will it be a direct change? It will not ask for any approval, or will it go for an approval? It will be controlled from here.
And here's the control mode, I think. Here you have to more additional directed change. Here you can change the workflow.
how many, workflow you need. That sort of control is here. And then here you can hide the tabs. It's field status. You can hide the tabs of payment approval, grouping, etc., etc.
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah, that's clear also.
Okay, great. Now let's move ahead. We have created the master data. Now what we are going to do is we will create another master data. We will now talk about, I'm just going to share my screen so that we can discuss what we are going to cover now on. So everything is recorded that what we are covering, but I will tell you how we are covering the sequence that we are following so that you are also aware. And if you want me to cover according to the module wise sequence, I can do that also, but I am currently doing it as per, what is easier for you to understand. So in customizing in cash management, we have covered module 1 and module 2 till now. These two modules are related to cash management configuration, which we will do after we complete the full setup of master data and treasury. So now we are coming to business processing in treasury. And now we are going to start with module 1 and we are going to talk about this treasury module and the master data of treasury. Hope that is okay for you. Okay?
This approach is okay, but I prefer to close the cash management totally. And let me share my screen to share my expectation here.
Okay, sure, please.
Yes, because I need to close this part totally to move for another subject. Now we cover this screen as visible, yes?
Yes.
I think we cover this part. I think we cover the customizing, also bank account, understand the relationship.
Everything is covered in module 2 as per my module.
Yes.
Module 2 is fully covered.
Yes. I think now we start the cash operation in this stage.
Right. So that's what I wanted to ask you. Shall I go ahead with the cash operations or how you would like to do? But okay, I will start with cash operations. So let's now do, you can share your screen only, continue sharing your screen. Now we will talk about is cash operations. In cash operations, we are going to talk about the cash pooling sentence. So what is cash pooling? Have you ever heard about this term cash pooling in SAP?
Before, but I forget also the more details because I didn't use the cash management fully on the S4HANA. Just I read about it only.
It's okay. I will complete whatever there is there in the syllabus. I will complete everything. So the, cash management part, that's why I was referring to, going to treasury first. But since you mentioned that we should continue from the syllabus, I will continue from the syllabus. I'll let you know what all activities are there in the cash management, what is cash pooling, what is cash management. I'll give you all details. Okay. So now, so just to tell you about cash and liquidity management in SAP. So what is the use of cash and liquidity management in SAP? Basically, the cash and liquidity management in SAP controls your visibility towards the cash and your current liquidity. This particular module focuses on optimizing and controlling the organization's cash flow. It ensures that you have the relevant liquidity at all times, and it also supports the strategic decision making. Either you want to do an investment or you are in requirement of a borrowing. So this is the module that covers. In this module, you will be seeing different apps in future to track your cash position. We will be using cash position and cash forecasting apps. And then in cash management module, we have different topics. Like one is cash position management, one is bank account management. Then we do liquidity analysis. All those things are covered under this particular module. Now, talking about cash pooling, which is our first topic of this another module which we are covering. In cash pooling, what happens is, if you have any idea, you can tell me about cash pooling, and then I will tell my what is actually in cash pooling.
Well, from my point of view, the cash pooling can be create the pool to combinations the cash from different bank account, and you can using this cash pool to distribute this amount again, something like this, I think.
Yes. So basically what happens is, I will give you a business scenario. So assume Tata Industries is having different bank accounts.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
They are pooling, they are, sending the bank, they are using the banks for, different purposes, and they have a different interest costs associated with each bank. What happens when they cash pool? So it consolidates the balance of all the bank accounts, and why it is done is to reduce the interest cost, and it also improves the cash utilization, because now we have the visibility of the pooled accounts that are segregated at different levels. Now, the cash pooling is two types. One is physical cash pooling and one is notional cash pooling. In physical cash pooling, we physically transfer the funds between all the accounts from the parent company to the subsidiary of the parent company and the subsidiary into one account. This is called physical cash pooling. And when we talk about notional cash pooling, it is not a physical transfer that happens in notional cash pooling. This is just theoretical aspect which I'm trying to tell you. Now, for this, we have to set up the bank accounts in SAP TRM, which we have already done. Then we have to set up the cash management structure, like we have to set up the cash pooling account. We have to do the configuration for that. Then we have to configure the pools, and then BCM and reporting will come in picture. So the first step we are going to do is we have to configure the cash pooling settings. Now I will guide you how to do the cash pooling settings. Can you show your SAP screen? Are you referring to any other book?
Sorry, which book?
This one. This is something different, right? It is not provided by ZaranTech.
This I think is updated version from the same book.
Okay. Because
This
I am little.
Because he already he set up the version 2023, but the old book it was for 2020, and some changes have been happening between both.
Because in my setup, if I share my screen, if you see module 3, the first page. 1 second.
I think here is the cash pooling in the lesson 4,
yes,
as you can see,
yes.
performing the cash concentrations. Yes. But this before should be covered the memo record because it's apart from this process.
That's what. So that is why I will go to the materials and show you what I am, starting with. So this is the third module. This is the customizing and cash management. Module 2 we have already covered, and now we will come to module 3. Here in the module 3 we have all these settings. First lab activity we are going to do, and then we will move further. Okay, so that is how I will proceed. I am not sure how it is different, but any which ways I will start from lab activity 6. This which is now it's same in your system, right? Liquidity items and assign them to GL, right? Now this is same.
I'm not make sure the system is the same, because before when we're using the same document, some changes it's not there in the system. Okay, based on that we update the document.
No
if you want to, I can share with you the updated document. This one I can share with you also. If you,
I think ZaranTech has provided me the document. No worries. If I face any issues, I'll ask you for that document.
Okay.
Now let's start.
Yeah. Also, I will share the same document with ZaranTech to be updated.
Okay, because this is updated only, which I see. It's not. There is all the topics are there in this. I have reviewed this document.
I think some most of the item is there.
I'm not sure if something is missing, you can let me know in middle, but I don't want the documents to be updated in this folder, because this folder I am currently following and it will create an issue in my understanding. If the modules issue, we can create a separate folder, or you can check if there is anything missing during the session. You can let me know, because I see this is updated. If you feel anything is not updated, just let me know. Okay, I will cover that up for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Let's start with cash and liquidity management. Now we will create the liquidity items and assign them to the GL accounts. So this activity where we are going to create the liquidity items and all those things, I have already given you a brief about what is cash and liquidity management, what is the purpose of this cash and liquidity management, why are we doing it. Now we are going to start with the configuration. Can you open and share your screen and go to SPRO path so that you can do it? Do you want me to do it? I can do it too.
Better, Khaliha, you can do it from my end as the first, and I will practice from my end next.
Okay. So I will open my SAP and I'll configure.
But I am confused. What is the difference between the liquidity item and the planning level? Or what is the integration between both?
That will come. That's what, okay. That is a part at later stage. That's why I was telling you that I want to go from TRM side first, because that covers the configuration of planning levels and the integration with TRM objects and all those things. But that's okay.
I'm familiar with the planning level, okay? How to create the planning level and assign for the source code. This already is clear for me, okay? But the new thing for me, why the SAP provides the liquidity item? What is the benefit from the liquidity item other than to using the planning level, okay?
No. So what is the benefit of using a liquidity item is...
what is the features? Khalina, let's say what is the business feature or functionality for the liquidity item? Because the planning level only, or I think using it to showing the liquidity in two stages, one for the cash position and another for the liquidity forecast. Yes, before I am using the planning level for this subject, but after the S4HANA, SAP is provided the liquidity item, and it should be linked the liquidity item by GL. In some cases, can be linked the liquidity item by derivation rule also. Yes.
I think your questions will be answered across the process when we are doing it. So let's not, swap and jump, because as we go in the process wise, you will be able to easily understand what is the purpose of what. Still, if you have any questions, we can ask once this topic ends, so that you will also have a clarity that, this I couldn't understand at this stage, and that is better. We will do it that way. Perfect. Now, for cash management module, cash and liquidity management, we will first go to supply chain management, cash and liquidity management. In this, we will go to cash management, liquidity items. Here we have liquidity items. Before that, you have planning levels and planning groups. I would, quickly, since you are already aware, I will just quickly give you a brief. So what are the levels in payment request? We can see that these are the levels for payment request. These are the planning levels for payment request we have already created. Now, if you see, we are creating planning levels for different purposes. AB, AG, these are SAP standard planning levels for different source of payments. So each source of cash movement will have one planning level. So if you see, this is the bank source. Okay, BNK means bank accounting is the source of movement of cash. MMF is the material management source of cash movement. PSK is subledger accounting, subledger movement of cash flow. And this is REM is real estate management, SDF, which we are not using for treasury. So these are the different sources for which we define the planning levels. Now, what is a planning group? So basically, planning group is nothing but when we are defining our planning levels. So do you have any idea of planning group also?
Yeah, planning group is using it for the sub-ledgers, I think, customer and vendor accounts. Yes.
So basically, planning group is classification element where we use in liquidity and cash management. It is used for, grouping or organizing the cash flows together. Like you can create a planning group for different types of transaction like payroll, supplier payment. Under supplier or under payroll, there are multiple types of planning levels. They are grouped together into a planning group. So like if you see planning level F1, F1, these are assigned to planning groups. So planning group A1, A2, A3 are part of F1 planning level. So this means domestic payments. This is one type of domestic payment. This is another type of domestic payment or something else. Multiple types of payments. Domestic payments 1, domestic payment 2, foreign payments. All type of payments will be grouped under this particular planning level. If there are customer receipts, it will be grouped under respective planning levels F1. Okay, this is how planning groups are created.
But I am confused about this first one for the payment level for the payment request. This for what, sorry?
So you can see here, this particular, whenever you have an issue, we always define cash management planning level for payment requests separately. If any payment requests are created, that is not the actual movement of cash, correct? The update writes the flows to a bank account. We must define a separate planning level for payment requests. Otherwise, the payment requests are displayed at the same level as the bank statement posting. it will become a dual entry when the bank sends us the statement, correct? You agree?
Okay.
Because when we are using a dummy clearing account, that time it is not an actual movement of cash. When we are sending or creating a payment request, it is not an actual movement of cash. We are just posting the entry to a clearing account or a dummy account in SAP. That is the reason we define this separately, because this is not an actual movement of cash. Once the bank statement comes in, we re-revise this entry and this planning level gets changed to actual payment or actual receipt of cash.
Yes, but from which place we can create the payment request? Which module can be? I know the down payment request in our out.
We will create payment request from Treasury also. We will create and we will see in Treasury payments. When we are doing it, I will show you that.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Now we will come to liquidity. So we will edit the liquidity items. You go in here, you will see different liquidity item available. Now what we will do is we will go to new entries and we can create separate items for whatever required items or fields are there. I will create certain items. Maybe this is, you can say this is liquidity item 1, which is cash flow direction is inwards. This is the cash receipt. The liquidity item shows your cash movement. The type of cash movement, it is an inflow or an outflow. As many as cash movements you have in SAP, you can create it as a liquidity item. This is a cash receipt. This is a cash payment. This is a sort of a bank transfer. This is a direct debit. This is a check-in. Like your payment methods. If you see different type of payment methods, it is an intercompany purchase, intercompany sale, open, any type of movement that will trigger a cash inflow or outflow is called a liquidity item, or we create a liquidity item. So this is the main definition: source and use of cash flows in our company. Any questions in that?
I have just one question. Based on what I should be create the liquidity item?
Okay. So basically, whenever you are seeing you're creating a liquidity item, you are just going to create the liquidity item based on your payment methods, you can say. Or you can talk about any activity or any additional cash flows. When we are creating a treasury deal, if you have different types of cash flows, you have to see what type of cash flows are there for you. And based on that, you will create your liquidity items. So whenever we are creating a deal, treasury deal, and in that there is a section called cash flow. From that, you will be able to understand that what sort of cash flow is there. And this is just a generic view which we can classify all our cash flows under one.
Which means I can using the liquidity item to classify the whole balance sheet account, touching the cash and the liquidity transaction.
So not just balance sheet, it is also involving your, any sort of payments that you're doing with respect to, any bank transfers, any tax that you're paying, which is, any sort of cash payment that is going out. This is not just balance sheet, it is also your P&L. If you see this cash payment to employees, suppliers, all these are activities which involves any sort of inflow or outflow of your cash from the business. Okay.